I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, I know what y'all are thinking. I look like the guy who beat the shit out of my girlfriend before I came here tonight. It's okay. I swear to God I did not. I did leave her zip tied to the radiator though, so she's gonna be fucking pissed when I go home. Alright, so obviously I don't have a girlfriend. And because I feel it needs to be said, I have never hit a woman. And this is where I would take a slow sip of my beer if I had one. Anyway, so one time I did hit this one. I was 17, I was home alone, it was New Year's Eve. She shows up unannounced at my front door. I open it up, and she pushes her way past me. And she walks in, she announces that she's drunk, and that she's staying the night with me. And I tell her to kick rocks. Like I said, she shows up unannounced. She's got this boyfriend. I'm like, no, you can't do that. Can't stay here. What the fuck is wrong with you? So she saunters towards me, and she slides her hand down my pants, and she grabs my dick. And so I'm like, all right, well, this bitch has got to go. She's fucking crazy. And at this point, you know, she starts getting nasty with me. You know, I tell her to stop, and she calls me a faggot, and she insults my manhood. So I punch her in the stomach. I push her out the door. I go back and I sit down, continue what I was doing. A couple minutes later, I'm there at the computer. She comes up to the window, and she's crying. She's knocking on the window, like, let me in. I'm like, bitch, I just won round one. Are you ready for round two? I don't think you're ready. Anyway, all I have to say, I'm not very good. I went on my first date in many years, a couple weeks ago for Valentine's Day. And needless to say, it did not go well. And she told me she's got a 2-year-old son with special needs, so I'm just there thinking, oh, great. She's only interested in me, so her retarded-ass kid will have a real life of retarded to look up to. I mean, even my coworkers, they're pretty convinced I'm retarded. My manager said to me the other day, you know, Austin, if you need help, I can take you down to the county building, help you fill out the paperwork, and get a nice check from the government. And she's also said to me before, get away from me, Austin. You're spreading tard. You know, because being retarded spreads like COVID. You gotta stay 6 feet away or else you might catch it. Sorry, everybody. Anyway, she says that, and I take a whole 2 seconds, and I look at her and I go, huh, that's crazy, because spreading tards is why I got banned from competing in the Special Olympics. However, I swear to God, I never got so much pussy in my life. And I know what y'all are thinking. I was the lead trumpet player in the Special Olympics marching band. They considered probation because I was one of the few in the band that could actually march, but all of the Special Olympians I fucked just wouldn't stand for it. Okay. I'll be honest with you all, ladies and gentlemen. I am so very glad that Women's Month is almost over. And I say that because I envy the women of the 1950s and 60s. I truly do. I mean, seriously, what did they have to complain about? Oh, woe is me. My husband, he won't let me work. I gotta stay at home with the kids all day. And sometimes he comes home drunk and he beats me. Oh, shut the fuck up. After a week like he's had it, seriously, make yourself an easy target. I remember when COVID hit. At first, my job was paying me to stay home. For about a month, they paid me not to go to work. Now imagine it's decades of getting paid not to go to work, and then having the audacity to complain about it. Who I do feel bad for is the milkman back in the day. And he's out all day in the heat, fucking all of the neighbors' wives. He comes home, he just wants to be greeted with a cocktail and a hot meal. He wants to let all the pus drain from his syphilitic cock. You can't even have dinner on the table for him? I mean, what the fuck? He's already fucking half the women in town. What else has he got to do to get your attention? Anyway, I tell you, it's a travesty. I'm thinking we should replace Women's Month with Mexican History Month. I mean, come on. Those guys fucking earned it. I would much rather the history of rice and beans any day over the history of wash and dry. I mean, tell me about the Alamo. I would much rather hear about the Alamo than the Alamo me. I do feel bad for women though. I feel bad for women for the same reason they feel bad for me. I mean, sometimes they're just so fucking retarded. This one I went to high school with, she posted a video on her Snapchat. It was her sushi and her boyfriend. And the whole time she's just shrieking over it, going, and I remember thinking, bitch, what the fuck? If I did some shit like that on a date, the woman would get up, go to the restroom, and walk the fuck out. I mean, women are retarded in a way, they can get away with stuff like that. Stuff a big fucking ogre or a retard like me could never. I see them and my ogre brain is thinking, they need me. They need me to protect them. But in their heads, I'm pretty sure they're thinking the exact opposite. They need to protect themselves from me. The other day, I was at my dad's shop. I was selling this lady a bench. She hands me her drug dealer wad of 20s, and I go to count it. I look up and ask her if she needed help, and she was gone. I mean, she got out of there so fast you would think I was about to rape her. Speaking of, as a new comedian, I'm still trying to figure out the right rape to consent ratio. Because if you lean too far into the rape, I mean, you become Bill Cosby. But if you lean too far the other direction, you're like Louis C.K. I'll be goddamned if I ever ask a woman if I can jerk off in front of her. What is this, the 1940s? Besides, that takes all the fun out of it. All right, I've got one more bit and then we'll be done. I was thinking recently, you all know Andrew Dice Clay, right? I was thinking, what if Kanye West started doing Dr. Seuss poems like the Dice Man did nursery rhymes? I was thinking about it. One fish, two fish. I don't fuck with the, we all know what fish Kanye doesn't fuck with. And then he would proceed to go on and talk shit on the star-bellied Sneetches. I got one more. I was thinking, Kanye hears a who up on the steeple. And the who said to Kanye, George Bush doesn't care about black people. That's all I got.